Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast. Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Cindi Carter. Cindi Carter is an experienced Chief Information Security Officer. Cindi is a proven security executive known for technology and change leadership with more than 15 years of experience leading large-scale strategic initiatives. She has built and matured both cyber and physical security practices, including security operations, application security, security strategy, security education and awareness, and ITIL service management at companies like the University of Michigan Health System and Cerner Corporation. More recently, Cindi served as the Vice President and Chief Security Officer at MediAnalytics, a healthcare analytics software as a service leader, and prior to that, Cindi was the Deputy Chief Information Security Officer at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, where she also led vulnerability management, threat intelligence, and cyber defense. Well, good afternoon, Cindi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Brian. And listeners, I'm excited to join Brian in today's podcast, and I'm super grateful to have this opportunity to collaborate with all of you.
Amazing, Cindi. Thank you so much. I know we've chatted several times before the podcast, and I've learned so much about you. And what's really exciting is to really hear your story today. We can take this story of yours and share it with our global audience because you have a lot to contribute as a woman in technology, but also as a Chief Information Security Officer. So we're going to jump into the question, Cindi, and let's talk a little bit about your career. You've got quite the career in technology, in security as a leader, and now you're an experienced Chief Information Security Officer. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Sure. And thank you for the kind words, Brian. There really isn't any secret, although I'm happy to share my experiences. In my first career position out of college, I had what I consider to be one of the best managers whose wisdom continues to guide me. I was working in the IT department at a financial institution as a software developer. And from our first day as new employees, and even during the entire 10 years that I was employed there, he continued to provide me with guidance on career growth and development. He always encouraged us to explore IT roles that were outside of our comfort zones and really own our career path. I went from being a software developer to a technology architect and then taking night classes to earn my master's degree as an aspiring leader. And he supported me every step of the way, even when I was no longer his direct report. And I draw inspiration from others around me that way. And being a pre-med student and then changing course to my IT degree, my father worked at IBM and my mother was in nursing school. So I was heavily influenced by both technology and healthcare. And so I was inspired to see how technology could enable better health outcomes. So over the course of my career, I found myself working with and for several healthcare institutions and health technology companies. And the electronic medical record put all of that precious information online, ripe for the taking if not properly protected. And it was there that I found my purpose, which is deeply rooted in human well-being and human safety. As I took the fork in the road that launched my career from IT in specifically towards cybersecurity, with the medical record being the most unique piece of information about a human being that's akin to their own fingerprint. Protecting the security and the privacy of that data became the natural intersection of my pre-med self and cybersecurity. So whether it's people's lives, such as healthcare, or livelihood, such as financial services, energy, or water, for examples, this is what continues to motivate and inspire me each day as a security practitioner.
Cindi, that's awesome. I appreciate kind of the journey through your career. And as a lot of us do, we were kind of undecided in college, right? You went pre-med and then technology, but I think that's just kind of helped expand your horizons and give you that diversity in the various verticals that you've been exposed to. And so I certainly appreciate that insight. So, Cindi, let's talk a little bit about cybersecurity. With the amount of data that is produced from SIMs today, do you look to machine learning to glean the important, relevant information from all this data?
The short answer is yes. Security practitioners are increasingly relying on machine learning applications to really facilitate real-time security monitoring of the increasingly large and disparate IT infrastructure networks, whether it's on-prem or in the cloud. And as attackers constantly evolve their tactics, we can leverage artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies to help improve cyber resilience. And really what's great about machine learning and AI to help facilitate this is that it can be utilized by organizations of any size and type. And when you think about the data sprawl, the data footprint that we have, data is raw figures and facts, but information is what provides the insights so that are analyzed through the data that's been collected. And so that information has context about, from an intelligence perspective, what your organization may be susceptible to, or who may be targeting your organization as a threat actor. So the machine learning capabilities that continue to evolve every minute are absolutely a factor into today's security operations centers.
Thank you for sharing that. And that's so relevant today, as you know, ransomware and malware have become so prevalent in today's workplace. It's just amazing how much effort is spent trying to basically get into an organization and steal their financial data, or in the healthcare space, obviously, that the patient records, which is valuable, and it's something that we need to really be on the lookout for going forward. So I appreciate the share. So Cindi, are you leveraging or have leveraged any new or emerging tech in your tech stack? And if not, maybe there's a cool tool or app that you have found useful that you could share with us.
Sure. So as far as an emerging technology in cyber, what's really starting to gain a lot more attention these days now is cyber threat intelligence. Threat intelligence is really emerging as an effective way to build resilience into a cybersecurity practice. It can be leveraged both tactically and strategically to help organizations in their efforts to defend and proactively reduce risk. So thinking about this in terms of having knowledge of the organization's exposure in the clear, deep, and dark web enables the security team and really all across the organization to create or adjust their defenses and the response plans accordingly. So really going more from a reactive mode to a proactive mode. A very crude analogy that I like to use is the Waze live traffic map and road alerts. So when I think about the intelligence information that Waze provides, it helps me make a decision before I leave the house. If I check Waze about a place that I'm going to, it helps me make a decision about either charting a different course or going on the recommended one, but being able to set the expectation for my arrival time in case there is a slowdown in traffic. Or as you're driving, if there's an object in the road, the intelligence information that's captured by Waze will notify me, and then I'll know proactively to avoid that lane or look out for whatever that object could be that's in the road. So really being able to proactively respond and understand the safety aspects of my journey certainly enables me to reduce risk and set expectations about my arrival time. And I think that that even though that's a crude analogy, I like to use things like that to help folks understand how threat intelligence can help your cybersecurity practice in much the same way.
Thank you again. That's awesome. And I do like the analogy. I think those really align and help our audience understand better what you're trying to explain here. So thank you so much. And Cindi, last question. Could you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in either technology or leadership?
Oh, of course. Going back to my first role out of college and that fantastic manager that I had at the time, along the way, someone once said to me that you are the CEO of your own career. And that is advice that I pay forward to folks that I have the privilege of mentoring. Seek those opportunities within your organization or to be part of something, even in the cybersecurity community. This community is such a tight-knit group of folks. And when I say that, what I mean is security is really a small place. It's a small world. I run into folks that I may have met 2 or 3 years ago, and yet we can pick right up where we left off before. And we have that common bond in protecting data and human safety. And that keeps us together. So even if it's not within your own organization, seek those opportunities to be a part of the community. Be proactive about what you want to aspire to do. And it's okay to change your mind. I did halfway through my college education when I made the decision to go from pre-med over to IT. Make sure that you are seeking those growth opportunities that take you a little bit outside of your comfort zone, because another quote that I've seen is, if you don't grow in your comfort zone or something like that, or there's no growth if there's no discomfort. I like to make sure that I not only enable others around me to feel confident that they can do that, but I want to make sure that I also support them in their decisions and helping them take those leaps, take those risks, take those leaps of faith. Instead of finding my passion, what I found through my career is my purpose. And that is what keeps me every day waking up in cybersecurity, being optimistic about the opportunities and and solving the challenges that we have in front of us.
Thank you for sharing, Cindi. That's awesome. And again, as I tell every guest that's on the show, the nuggets, the gems, the things that they've learned over their career and they're able to pass on and share through this podcast is awesome. And I'm glad that you're able to share your knowledge. And again, somebody will take your nugget or your gem and be able to use that in a positive way and help grow their career and maybe provide some guidance there. So thanks again. And Cindi, it was a pleasure having you on today. And I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you so much, Brian. And everybody have a wonderful day out there and keep fighting the good fight.
Bye for now.